financial problems, elder law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by Thav Gross. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Today's topic is Fixing It for 2018, Part 1, the New Year's Resolution. Welcome, Brian Small. Wait! Welcome, Jenny Lingle.
Good to be here.
Ladies first.
Happy to talk about New Year's resolutions, although I'm not ready to think about them just yet.
Our tax expert, Pat Samasco.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
Thank
Elder
you very
law
much.
expert, good friend.
Can you believe
co-sponsor
how
of the show.
fast it got here to 2018?
It's amazing.
It's a blink of an eye.
And then, last but not least, my partner, friend, colleague, Brian Small.
Pleasure to be here, Ken. I have one question. Fixing It for 2018, Part 1. Do we get to Part 2 before the end of 2018?
Yes.
Is
Next-
it like the Godfather saga movies where there's Part 1, Part 2, and then there was a Part 3 that nobody really knew about?
We will not do Part 3.
Okay,
Because Part
just-
3 of The Godfather was a big disappointment, but Part 1 and Part 2 were probably the two best movies ever made.
It's because Part 3, Sofia Coppola really didn't belong in the movie.
We don't want to spend a lot of time on The Godfather, but to conclude on the topic is, even if you have if you have two great movies, you can't just lay
Can't
on
phone
a
it
third
in.
and consider it a
No,
success.
it's just a
No.
money grab.
Okay. Now, but New Year's resolutions is a I suppose their New Year's resolution is let's do Godfather Part 3, seeing as though 1 and 2 were so good. But, you know, I started with this. I went online and I said, I wonder what the most common New Year's resolutions are. And I found 3 articles, one in telegraph.co.uk, an article on most common New Year's resolutions, one on NBC News at the beginning of this year, and harperbazaar.com. And the lists were not the same. So one on the Telegraph, it was exercise more, lose weight, eat more, take more active approach, learn new skills, spend more time on personal well-being, spend more time with family, drink less alcohol, stop smoking. On NBC, they went off and said get healthy, get organized, live life to the fullest, learn new hobbies, spend less, save more, travel, read more. Then in Harper Bazaar, they went with diet, exercise, and weight loss, read more, learn something, save money, be nicer, kinder, and more patient, get a new job. I mean, what if you like your job? Volunteer and donate more charity, drink less alcohol again, get more sleep and relax more, make new friends, and be a better person.
Well, you know what, the common theme here really with all of these lists is a change in lifestyle. And a change in lifestyle also may be a change in monetary lifestyle, which we are going to discuss. But just point that out.
I think you
there's
got
a core there.
I went and tried to condense the 3 lists, and I came up with this as being the common threads because a lot of these overlap. One is exercise, be more health conscientious, stop smoking, drink less. So let's make that one group.
Get healthier.
Other one was personal related. Get a new skill, live life, travel, spend more time with family, be nicer, make new friends, volunteer more, and donate. So be a better person and make yourself happier. Third one goes back to the finance, spend less, save more. Fourth one, read more, got in there, seemed as though it was on 2 of the 3 lists. I suppose that's on my list sometimes. Get a new job is also on 2 of the 3 lists, so I popped that on there.
That goes, it goes with George Thorogood's song, Get a Haircut and Get a New Job.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the whole thing? What are your resolutions? When you come to New Year's, do you do resolutions?
No,
No, I don't.
I don't. I'll tell you why.
Because Brian's perfect.
No, no, because I think it's more important to work on yourself every single day rather than creating a list
Set for
that you're going,
failure.
that is established and then that's your list for the year. No, there's always something. You're always changing. You're always molding yourself. So by working on
Jenny,
yourself
do
every
you-
day,
do you
there's
do a
no
list?
reason for a resolution.
I don't. I kind of agree with Brian. There was a study once, and it had to do
It's a
with
very
diets.
lonely position to be in. Jenny.
But what they have said, and I would take this to say as a New Year's, people who start a diet on a Wednesday are more likely to stick to it than those who always keep saying, come Monday, come Monday.
I don't do a list, but when the year comes to the year end and the new year is starting, I do an inventory of where I'm at in my life and what I want to try and accomplish and do better the next year. I don't sit down with a pen and say, these are my resolutions, but I do an appraisal of what happened in the last year, what do I want to do differently the next year. You guys do that?
Work-related,
I think
we
about work-related,
Planning
sometimes,
for that.
or exercise. You know, if I'm on my routine, I'm not on my routine, I could have done better, I could have done worse. Do you do that type of a process? I do that.
At the end of the year, no.
I do
Again,
that around my
think it's-
birthday,
it's
actually.
just
And I don't know, maybe that's the year
yeah,
for
I
me.
would do it around my birthday as
You
well.
know, for me, after the holidays and hosting many holidays and that January 1, I'm just like, oh God, now I have to clean up. I don't have time to think about resolutions.
For me, even people said, didn't you do that type of stuff when you turned 50? I'm like, no, I do it daily. There's no, everybody's got their own process. The concept
So
is
is he like saying, I'm perfect, I don't need to do
That's
it?
what
No,
I
is that-
think so.
I model
Anyone
myself
else
after
figuring
Brian.
that out there?
I'm saying I do the analysis.
I'm
every
flawed, so I do it constantly.
I
WWBD.
You do too?
I
Okay.
am
What would
flawed
Brian
and I
do?
do it constantly. That's the point. If you wait once a year to figure out what you screwed up, you wasted a whole year instead of working on it every single day.
I agree with you. I agree on that point. Let me give you my list. These are like goals that I make, I would say, periodically. And I don't call them resolutions. I call them goals. Exercise regularly. You guys will love this one. Be more tolerant of others.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah,
Jenny, you
well,
like that one?
Well, after our Monday conversation,
Stay focused on financial goals and enjoy life.
Go big or go home.
So, you know, and then I try and then implement that. And here's the question a lot of the articles address. Why do resolutions fail? And I think the quick answer is you bite off more than you can chew. When we come back from the break, I want to focus on how do you make them work? How do you attain those goals?
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
Worth Ave Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Thav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Thav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
A lifetime of hard work. If you don't have the right plan in place, you can lose your home, your savings, and more. And you didn't come this far to lose everything. Samasco Law wants you to know that laws are changing. Today, the average cost of nursing home care is $85,000 a year. With proper planning, we can help protect your life savings and get you the Medicaid and nursing home benefits you deserve.
How much can you afford to lose? Call Samasco Law today.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Thav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Worth Ave Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP.
So New Year's resolutions, how do you make them work? Why do they fail? And everyone says the genesis of what the articles say, it's better to set smaller, more realistic goals. And there was a good quote from a Philip Clark psychology lecturer at the University of Derby, online learning. The biggest mistake is that people identify what they want to achieve, but they do not think about how to do it. So the bottom line is you need to develop an action plan. So I thought we would do, for Law and Reality, our 2018 New Year's resolution/goals. And step one is we have to identify the goal, and then step two is we have to lay out the action plan for each of the goals. And that we would do that this week, and we do it in our next segment next week. Here are what I say are our goals. I need to eliminate my debt and save more, and need to budget. I need to succeed on my disability claim. I need to solve my tax problem. I need to do an estate plan. I need a plan for mom and dad if they have to go into the nursing home. Are we good with those?
Good
now,
ones.
these aren't the resolutions for everybody, but these are the resolutions that cover a lot of the stuff that we talk about time in and time out. So, I need to eliminate my debt and save more. For
Seems
some
like a
reason,
good idea.
you come to mind when I raise this resolution.
Well, I wonder why.
Why? Let me ask you a question. How many people out there don't even realize they have a debt issue?
You know what? I think that there's a tremendous number of people that don't think that debt is a problem when they are carrying $10, $12, $15,000 worth of debt, even $20, $30, $40,000.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it to you this way. I make good income. I've got credit cards. I've got credit card balances. I pay them every month. I'm never late because I want to protect my credit score. And I pay more than my minimum payment every month. So
And-
do I have a debt problem? I don't think so.
You have a asset problem. The problem, you don't have enough assets to pay off your debt. You shouldn't have debt. If you start off with the basic premise that every penny of interest that you're paying is like flushing money down the toilet. It serves no purpose. It doesn't give you any benefit.
All right, so I've got $40,000 of credit card debt.
That's
I'm
costing
paying
you
18% interest. I'm paying $7,200 a year in interest, but I get to pay that interest. I don't get to deduct it like you used to back in the 60s, but I get peace of mind that I get to use these credit cards. What's so bad about that?
Well, what's so bad about that is ask the one question: do you have a pension in retirement? And most people, the answer is no.
I don't, because when I write those checks, I basically use up all my money.
Yeah, so you don't have a pension from your employer anymore. So all that money you're going to be living on in retirement is going to be Social Security. So you're going to walk into retirement with virtually no savings and no cushion. So you have to eliminate the debt so you can start then taking that extra money and putting it into your savings account and planning for your retirement.
Even if you have a pension, I tell you something. I've been representing auto workers for my entire career. And when they go from making a full paycheck to taking home a third of that,
that's a big
with
hit.
their pension, nobody gives them a class on how to retire. They just say, oh, you got your 30 years, here's your pension, you get your Social Security, good luck, goodbye. And then they go from bringing home $8,000 a month to bringing home $4,000 a month. The house still has a payment on it. They took out that.
Cards.
They have credit card
What
debt.
about when they
took
go
out that
from
new car
$8,000
loan.
to $1,500 a month?
Yeah.
Because they don't have a pension at all. Then start looking
So now
at
take
that.
$7,200 a year, and you're 30 years old.
And
You're
I
going
do
to
that
retire
for 30 years.
30 to 40 years. Oh
Yeah.
my God! If you could take that $7,200 and put it into your retirement plan,
Exactly.
it would be such an enormous amount of money.
$216,000 without any interest
Right.
over 30 years.
Okay, so over 30 years with money doubling every 7 years, right?
It's a $500,000 or more.
It's $1 million
Probably more.
or
It's
more.
crazy. That's the whole point, is that there are so many people out there.
But you
that
can
think
justify $7,200.
they don't-
It's nothing.
It's no problem. I got my credit cards. I'm making my payments. I pay. Here's the biggest flaw I find. I pay more than my minimum payments. But then you ask that same person, well, how much did you owe on your credit cards last year? And they'll say, well, I owed $35,000, and now this year I owe $40,000. So they keep going up. Why do they keep going up even though you're making more than minimum payment? Because you write out your bills and you use up all your money. And then when you go to the store and you need to buy something, you have to charge it because you don't have any cash in the bank to pay for it. So even though you go down a little bit, you then creep up. End of the story is you never get rid of the credit card debt. It keeps going up, and that $7,200 becomes $8,400 and $9,600 as you go forward, and it's not $1 million, it's $1.5 million, and you're flushing away your retirement. Those people have a debt problem and don't realize it. My goal, our goal, has to be convincing people that they need to get away from that habit.
Well, and the funny thing is that if you can eliminate the interest factor, if you get rid of the debt and now you're not paying the interest, and instead you're taking that same interest payment and you're putting it into your retirement, not only do you have the interest that's going to your retirement, but the cash flow that you were paying on the principal is now money that you just have to spend. So at the end of the day, that credit card trap that people get themselves stuck in, it's a spiral into oblivion, and you've got to get rid of it.
Well, I think the biggest thing that I hear is, well, I need to keep making the credit card payments because I need to use them. But when we break it down and say, okay, to our clients who are paying more than the minimum payment, if you stop making that payment, you can start using that money to pay your current bills.
And that's
part
the key.
that they
We use
miss.
that money first to get you out of debt, and we can do that in 3 different ways.
Right.
We have Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which eliminates the debt in the least costly, most effective fashion. We have Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which is restructuring the debt. And we have debt resolution, which negotiates the debt. One of those is going to work for you.
The question that comes up all the time when I have clients that are looking at it, they say, but if I do one of these plans, will I have a credit card that I can use? And I always say to them, there's a solution here. And we'll tell you what that is after the break.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call Fav Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call Fav Gross today, 888-235-HELP.
A lifetime of hard work. If you're approaching retirement and don't have the right plan in place, you can lose your home, your investments, and your savings. And you didn't come this far to lose everything. Putting a solid strategy in place with Samasco Law legally protects your assets as well as your wishes. Since a will doesn't cover you medically or financially, Samasco Law goes beyond ordinary asset management protection to safeguard everything you have.
How much can you afford to lose? Call Samasco Law today.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Fav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
Let's do announcements. I want to remind you to listen to us Tuesdays 11:30 a.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. for Law and Reality Live on Praise 102.7. Then on Thursdays from 3 to 4, Law and Reality Now with Cliff Russell on 9:10 a.m. Be sure and sign up for our monthly contest. Free $50 Visa gift card, Law and Reality hat, and copy of Dump Your Debt. Go to the websites lawandreality.com or thavgross.com. We have seminars coming up on Wednesday, January 17th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. The Debt Fix is in for this year. We're going to walk through all the systems and methods and ways in which we go about solving debt problems from the standpoint of eliminating debt so that you can start saving that money for future retirement. If you're paying $400 or $500 a month, $300 or $400 a month on your credit cards, imagine if you can stop making those payments on the credit cards and instead put that money into the bank and start saving it. Over 10, 20 years, you have a boatload of money to retire with. The alternative is you keep paying the credit cards, you get to 65, 70, and you have no retirement, you're still making a mortgage payment, and you're living on Social Security and you can't make ends meet. Attendees get a free copy of my book, Dump Your Debt. Jeff Kirshner will also talk about disability. Brian's going to walk us through all the systems that we use with the tools of financial crisis management to eliminate and modify debt. Sign up at thavgross.com, lawandreality.com, or call 888-235-HELP. Then on Wednesday, January 31, 6 to 7:30 p.m., we have an estate planning seminar, Elimination of the Estate Plan Procrastinator. This is a seminar designed to address the problems of New Year's resolutions. Everyone says, I'm going to do estate plans, then they never get around to doing it, and before you know, it's September. You want to attend this seminar, you'll go through all the methods that we use and systems and the essential elements of an estate plan, powers of attorney for health care, durable power of attorney, estates and wills, how to avoid major mistakes in an estate plan. Attendees get a gold certificate worth $300 off of an estate plan. Sign up at thavgross.com, lawandreality.com, or call 888-235-HELP. Remember, you're always entitled to come in for a free consultation at Thav Gross. You can also meet with Pat Samasco on elder law, Medicaid issues, Jeff Kirshner on workers' comp, disability, Brian on financial matters, Jenny on tax matters, myself on business matters. Just go to the websites to request a free consult or call anytime in the office, 888-235-HELP. Be sure and check out the websites. There's a new report on how to save your home from foreclosure, along with retirement report by Pat Samasco on Social Security, and also a report on how to start a new business and find financing sources for the business. Now back to the show.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirshner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Thav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Thav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
All right, so the client is sitting there and he's saying, I understand I got rid of the debt, but I have to have a credit card. What am I going to do? If I do debt resolution, are they going to take away all my credit cards? Can't I just keep one? Brian, can't I keep one?
Do you take $200, drop it in your trash can? Would you do that?
Every month?
Every month.
No, I would not.
Isn't that what you're doing?
Unless I could keep the trash can and let it fill up with the money and then take the cash
Yeah, but
out.
you don't get that option.
Oh, okay.
So what we've got
Then
here
it's
is
not my trash can.
yeah, clearly. You've got a situation where we've got to make a clean break. A credit card will be available down the road. In fact, credit cards are almost immediately available. There's things called secured credit cards where you take $500
Or a
and give
prepaid
it,
card,
or a
right?
prepaid card, and you take $500, you put it in the bank,
So that's the solution.
and they give you a line of credit.
All right, so that's the whole point, is there's always a solution. What I always tell clients is every single client has the same two concerns. What about my credit score, and how am I going to use, I need a credit card to be able to travel with at a minimum. Both of those are resolved. You can always do a secured card or a prepaid card, and credit scores recover. You'll be better off getting rid of the debt, because at the end, once you get rid of the debt, your credit score is the total amount of debt you have your pay history, and your available credit. When you get rid of the debt, that boosts your credit score. Yes, when you stopped paying, it went down, but it will then go up actually higher than it was before, because too much debt kills the credit score, keeps you under 700, which is really the demarcation line between getting decent credit and not getting decent credit.
You know, one of the things that we do for our clients and we make available
But
for
you got
our
to tell me
clients.
about budgeting.
Well, that's what I was getting to, is budgeting, budget management. See, we don't like to just send you out with, you're out of debt, and what got you into debt was usually poor spending habits, okay? And what we do with budget management is figure out how to eliminate waste in your budget so that we have everything under control, so that not only have you eliminated the debt, but you now are moving forward in a positive direction.
So you take the income you have and there's enough to save and cover your expenses, and you don't run back into the problem.
Absolutely.
All right. Jeff Kirshner isn't here today. He's out on vacation this week, but I wanted to include a resolution relative to workers' comp, disability in particular, and it was, I need to succeed on my disability claim. So often a person has a disability and they're trying to do it on their own. And they go to the disability office, they file online, they assert their claim, the claim gets denied, and then what do?
Well, the claim gets denied about 80 to 90% of the time.
Even more, yeah.
So, and then most people go, "Ugh," and they give up, or they reapply instead of using the appellate process, which is where 99% of everybody gets approved for Social Security disability.
And that's
where you need to see Jeff, because if you don't have that lawyer behind you, you're not going to be able to have the right doctors. You're not going to be able to get the paperwork to the Social Security Administration. It's just going to be a cluster, and you're going to get stuck.
You know, Jeff helped a client of mine get approved for disability, and the award just came in this week. And one of the big reasons we did it is because now we can protect 100% of the kid's parents' money if he has to go in a nursing home. So
With the special needs trust
with
and-
all the different trusts that we use, but having that lawyer involved to get it through that appellate process was just perfect.
To me, it's so obvious. The disability claim is you need to know the process, you need to gather the documentation, you need to know the right doctors to provide you the reports that need to be done. To try and do that on your own is impossible. The biggest fault people make is it doesn't cost them anything to use an attorney. It gets paid by the government. You want to always use an attorney to handle a disability claim. If you've started one, you should bring an attorney in. If you're thinking about starting, you should start with the attorney first, because you don't want to document the file in a way that's going to come back and bite you down the road. And that happens a lot when people try and do it on their own. You like that?
I do like that.
100%.
All right,
That's an interesting
Now,
set of New Year's
next
resolutions.
week, we're going to start off our first New Year's resolution next week is how do I solve the tax problem? And Jenny Lingle is going to help us through that resolution. Tax problems, sometimes, do I have a tax problem? That's going to be the first question next week, just like we said, do I have a debt problem? Have a great week. We'll be back next week with Law and Reality.